So I recently bought another one of the A series. This is the A-220. So this is the MIDI splitter, and now we're going to see what's inside the box. So I'm going to start again with the rackets. Three screws there, 3 screws there. Looks like this is a standard Roland format, so there's 3 screws along the top, and whoa, actually there's 3 screws on either side here, so there's 2 more screws than the A110. Right, let's start taking it to pieces. Okay, so we're now inside the A220. A very similar board layout to the A110, apart from what's really interesting is on the A110 there was a standard IC connector here, whereas on this particular unit what we have is the power coming directly in on a flex onto the power assembly board, which is nicely labelled A220 power assembly board. Standard switch there, and again what's really interesting here is the fact that this has a universal power supply or universal transformer on it. So this will again, and if I do that to, oops, turn it around, maybe you can see this because it's a different angle, but you can see the multiple pins here for this. I'm not going to take that off, but you could actually transfer this to a different voltage region by just resoldering. I'm not sure which pin I would resolder actually, but one of those pins, a little bit of work, I'd work that out. Again, we have 5 supplies coming off this transformer, so black, 2 reds and 2 yellows, so I'm suspecting that's plus or minus something, and a ground. Boom, 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 boom. No clues actually on the upside of the board, and I'm not going to take this off. What's very interesting about this is, so the A110 and the A220 probably came out around about the same point in time, and yet the layout internally is so different. So here we have these 2 components here, which are obviously power related components because they are put against the base as heat sinks. In the A110, where the transformer was, effectively these two were bolted onto the side of the metal of the transformer as the heatsink. Very interesting way they've changed the design here. So on this one, what we have is, again, at the back here, we have the jack board assembly. So this is the MIDI. So as you can see on this one, what we have is we have an in, we have an A through, we have a B through, sorry, we have an A out, a B out, and a through on the back there, which is all of this MIDI jack board here, which I'll bring just into shot. There you go. See the MIDI jack board, that's there. This is obviously the master board here. Again, very interesting that they've mounted that this way, and in the A110 it's mounted that way. The board doesn't look that much bigger, but obviously it's the way it's mounted. There's the Roland smart chip that obviously is running this. We've got the ribbon connectors to the front display here. There's 3 of them, and a connector here to a front-loaded MIDI socket, which you can see. Now, what's really interesting about this is the fact that this actually, as a unit, is actually much cleaner in its layout. So in the A110, these were individual wires going into the front panel here, whereas here we have ribbon connectors going into the front panel. Very interesting. Obviously designed by 2 separate teams who didn't talk to each other. But there you go, there's the inside of this. Again, nice to see it so clean in here, which means it's been well looked after. Probably hasn't been opened very many times. No battery in there. So there you go, A220, what's inside the box. So it's now time to put it all back together again. So there we have the A-220 put back together again. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Apparently it helps the channel and allows other people to find this video a lot quicker. I'm sure by now if you didn't like the contents of this video, you've already given me a thumbs down. If you want to be notified about future videos that are added to the channel, hit the subscribe button that should be appearing about here.